Hi everyone, good morning. Farmer Rob here from Cannon Hall Farm, and I am drenched and bathed in equal measure in beautiful sunlight because once again the weather is our friend. It's fabulous lambing weather. We're grateful, and I'm grateful for all the guys and girls up on the hills lambing sheep outdoors, and this must feel like oxygen straight into their veins. Excuse me. It's absolutely what everyone needs, and I'm just hoping that this weather, we don't need it to be tropical, but we do need it to be predominantly dry and helpful, and that's exactly what it is at the moment. So the sun is beating down on us, and we've got an exciting morning. Hopefully, an exciting morning. Hopefully, you will think the same. We're going to get Silver, our beautiful flea-bitten grey mare, and I'm waiting for Dave to bring the head collar down. He's going to get her on the halter. I'm going to take her up to the roundhouse. She's going to go into a birthing suite. We're hoping for better outcomes than last time. It was it's well chronicled. It was beyond tragic. She lost her foal right at the just before the point of delivery, and we had to deliver a foal that was no longer living, and it was incredibly upsetting, and it was heartbreaking. But the rest is history. We connected with Ted, a renowned Shire Horse breeder who had Cannonball, who had lost his mum, and we fused the two together. They forged an unbreakable bond, and she reared him, and she did a great job of him, and Cannonball is still with us, and he's behind me now. So yeah, do you want to get her, Dave, and we'll start her journey. You got, Dave? Which one is it? It's one of them grey ones. I'll let you decide. One looks like a dormouse, and the other doesn't. Now I'll show you what I mean now. So come with me, and we'll watch David grapple with these big horses. David's not sure which one it is. And look at all the different foods they've got available here, and these are all concoctions to help them live their best lives and realise the potential. And Blossom looks lovely, doesn't she? There, so had a good day with Blossom yesterday and Valentine. I took them to York, and the great news is a mating took place, and Blossom was as good as gold. She was a credit to Cannon Hall Farm, and hopefully we can look forward to another foal next year. You want me to hold that? Might be a bit of a game getting her out and the other one not, Dave. So I'll just very quickly I'll show you the difference in the grey mares. This is Sapphire, and she's got a face like a dormouse or a border Leicester sheep. A very big, bold, I suppose you say nose. It's not a nose, is it? But she looks in great fettle, doesn't she? She looks in great nick. She looks resplendent. Now moving Silver is going to give us the chance to put Forever Amber and Midnight Beauty back with Rosie, so that Rosie doesn't pine. Sapphire won't pine because she's a stoic, strong, independent woman. Whereas Rosie is, she's more sensitive and relies on the company of the other horses. The birds are singing. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. Dave, if I said that Silver was a flea-bitten grey, what would I mean? They're those black flecks, and it's not a derogatory term, a flea-bitten grey. It's a term for greys that have those dark flecks within the pigmentation. Now you can see Silver looks well, fit enough without being fat. See that foal moving about. And what we're going to do as well, we're going to get Ruby up there tomorrow. So the two heavily pregnant mares will be up in adjoining pens, and it might even get her up there today actually, if I can do a bit of jiggery pokery and get another slice of the roundhouse emptied. So here we go. Right, straight out. Oh, she's not looking. Good lass, good lass. What's up there?
What?
What's up?
No, you went with gate quickly. I just stopped to keep it here. We hold the horse while I just put the electric back in.
Yeah. Good girl. Good lass. Good girl. So Midnight Beauty and Rosie, we've managed to extricate Silver from Rosie. But don't worry for Rosie. She's big pals with Midnight Beauty and Forever Amber, and they're going in with her because they're all three that are on the same plane of nutrition, the same amount of feed, the same type of feed.
Lovely.
So they can never be wrong. Whereas Sapphire, really doesn't need too much to eat because she's not in foal until the beginning of February next year. Because we rested her for a year because Midnight Beauty was quite a late foal, and we thought, you know, that there comes a point where you say, right, enough of this year. We'll go again next year. What's up, man?
Just going a bit fast.
I don't know. She's got a little cut on her back leg. That might need a bit of balm on it. Yeah, just on that back right leg. It's something to note, but it might as well have a bit of antiseptic stuff on. There's no point taking chances. Oh, definitely. Yeah. David's saying, which way do you want to go? The back road is definitely, though it's the most direct route and the most scenic route. Cannonball is, the Sultan is interested. Cannonball is interested. They're thinking, what's occurring here? Silver's having a good look at Cannonball. And obviously they were pals, weren't they? Not pals, they were mother and son. You know. I wonder if they still remember that. They probably do. Their horses are sentient beasts, aren't they? So we've got 2,800 people watching. Please give us a share. If you want to see this beautiful mare walking proudly and stoically up this road to take her place in a birthing suite where we hope and we pray. If anyone's having their breakfast, sincere apologies. But I mean that horse milk would be great for my dad's tomatoes. She's not bothered. Just having a little nibble. She's taking it all in, isn't she? She's wondering what's occurring.
What a lovely morning, though.
Mm.
You know, mornings like this.
She's having a bit more grass. You can see the pigmentation of their flea-bitten grey is the description. No, in no way derogatory, just a you know, a traditional way of describing a lovely Shire horse in a great colour. So she's in great nick. The reason she's coming up here is one, so that she's in a pen on her own. You know, what we consider a birthing suite. And two, we've got the cameras on her. We can watch her 24/7, or I can. She's just starting to bag up a bit. She will foal somewhere between the 20th of April and the first week of May. So we're not a million miles off that date now. So we're at the point now where we need to be watching and to make sure that we're supporting her in everything that she needs. As you can see, the landscape is beautiful. Like David said, the weather is fabulous. It's just what we want. There are songbirds in every bush as we walk past. It's a perfect spring morning. It's a long time since we've been able to say that. And she's making good progress. You can imagine if you were pulling a plough, or she was pulling a plough, and you were guiding it, and you were walking all day. What was it, an acre a day? They ploughed, I think an acre a day. that you know you'd have earned your tea. So well, it doesn't do it itself, does it? So 3,100 people watching now. Thank you for your interest. When we get to the roundhouse, we'll have a catch up with everything there. We had a busy day lambing yesterday. If you were here, hopefully you saw a live birth. And we'll read a few comments.
A lot of people saw live birth yesterday.
So she's enjoying that bite of grass. And she's like a mobile lawnmower. Apart from she'd make a mess on your lawn if she was stood there for a while. In more ways than one. I might get them valet tups out in here. I think there's one needs its feet doing, but I think that's all. In this field here. Each time it had something in it, it's a nice bite of grass, and God willing, and if everything goes well, I would like all the mares and foals in this field if we can this year. Maybe bring Blossom and Valentine back up. I think they look really cute on an evening.
Another week and there'll be another empty pen.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be for Ruby, won't
I think I can get one for Ruby before a week. Because the sheep are lambing fast now. They're arriving at a rate of knots. And it gives us a chance to spread everything out, give it better facilities, a better carry on. There's Elaine using the electric blower, which is a fabulous thing, just not quite as powerful as the petrol one, but it's certainly quieter. So David's marching on together with Silver, and Ruth has kindly got the gates ready. I dropped her a message before we set off, and hopefully Silver will maybe realise what it's all about now as we enter the roundhouse. In she goes over the muckboard beautifully well, and in she goes.
This needs to stop up here probably now, doesn't it?
Look at that. Heads up, taking in the surroundings. And she looks calm, she looks happy. Which pen do we want for?
That pen.
A bit of a pen, isn't it? I need to think where I've got best cameras on.
These are the two pens we've always had.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they're the... I'll check the cameras.
There's one there, it's the extra camera there, look.
Yeah, it doesn't work though, I don't think.
We can get it working.
Hey, oh. I'll see where I've got best view of, because it really does matter that. If I can see what's happening more clearly, then it's happy days all round. Hello, darling. 3,400 people watching. Hello, beautiful. She does look well, doesn't she? She looks in the condition you'd want her to be in at this point, I'd say. Jackie says she looks beautiful. What a lovely noise. Is there anything more magical than that? So it's nice to see the Shire's being moved to here. That clip clap. Yeah, and that's...
Look at that fall. Got up and running there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Julie says, you could be too, coming up Cardiac Hill. Hopefully not. Look at that. Susan says, April the 20th is my birthday. And Jane says, probably wondering what the noise is. Doesn't she look well? Stood there like a show champion. She wants her breakfast now, Rob, says Leah.
Once a week.
Yeah. She's having a sprinkle. Susanna says, how's Brooke doing? Last I heard, not mated yet. She's gone for a chat to Ruth. Wondering where her pals are, says Carol. Exactly that. Yeah, I think it's important, preferably today, that we try and get get Ruby up as well, because the last thing we want is her to have a day's anxiety wondering why she's on her own.
Do we want a salt lick up here?
Yeah. Salt lick. If that's the pen we're going to use, we'll start the process of moving them, yeah. So we might get some sheep out this morning. Have you got the key for the white truck?
You left it in it.
I didn't have it.
Oh, well, but you left it in it.
Right, morning, Ruth. Excuse me. I was just saying, Ruth. Is there anything ready to go out? Because it'd be nice to get Ruby up here as well, wouldn't it? So she's got a pal. Which ones would there be if there were? There's nothing. Oh, there's ones in pens there. I don't want to mulk them out if they're not ready. But are those loose ones? Are some of those ready?
Yeah, there's a couple of week ones between them, but I think they'll be on the whole. They'll be all right.
So we could get a trailer from somewhere or other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I've done the broadcast, then I'll bring the trailer around and we'll cobble a trailer together, because I think if we get Ruby up.
Take this one back down because we've got one up here.
I want to try Ruby up here.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
See, we could probably manage with those all in one.
Yeah, definitely.
I dare say some of these could go down to Clough Green. There's probably some of them that are all right.
Some of these I can let out. There's just this one I just need to keep my eye on. This one.
Let anything out that's super strong, Ruth, and I'll take 2 loads out. I'll take one down to Clough Green pedigrees and one ordinary sit 12 acre, and then that way we should be able to move the valets up into that one and get Ruby up, but maybe tonight. And then she's got a pal, hasn't she, and she's not pining for her.
I could just take it's quite high at the front.
Well, we'll do it another day.
I know, but I could just grab a couple of buckets out if you needed to.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long.
We'll just get her up here for tonight. You do that tomorrow, David, because we're not got any events on tomorrow or anything, have we? It's back to normal tomorrow.
What's normal?
Yeah, exactly. Normal will be when the sheep have stopped lambing. Right, let's have a look at these valets, because these are relatively new kids on the block. Ruth is working her way around all the pet lambs, and it's not an insignificant job. They were last fed at 3 o'clock this morning, so they're due another feed now, and they're being well cared for. They feed every 4 or 5 hours. Now then, missus, how are your babies doing? Can we have a look? Come on, little one. There we are. Come on. Come on. Right. David's off. Right. Excuse me. Joanna says, good morning, farmers Rob, Dave and Ruth. Noisy in the roundhouse. Have a great day. Same to you. Katie says, be great to have Ruby with Silver, bless her. Yeah, I think it's a necessity. Not together, though, because Ruby's not an easy horse to mix with anything. Margaret says, good morning, farmer Ruth. Fiona says, no broadcast tomorrow, we'll miss you. There actually is. We're live again right through until Monday to promote the show. So 3,300 people watching at the moment. We're going right through to Monday to Friday, 7:30 in the morning. So please tune in, and hopefully you'll see more new arrivals and happenings and shenanigans from Cannonall Farm. Helen says, good morning from Grimsby. Good morning to you, Helen. And we're wondering when will these valets lamb is the question. We're going to have to relocate them into the pen next door, and then Ruby and Silver can be pals together. Ruby is due slightly later than Silver, I think the middle of May. So they're exciting times, aren't they? 2 more foals due. You know, you can never take anything for granted with these beasts, because there's no way you can take them for granted, because there's so much to go wrong, but there's so much to go right as well. If everything works out, and we've got 3 foals in the beech tree field this summer, coming in and out every day, clip clop, it will be a magical sight. If it doesn't work out well, then it'll be super sad. But hopefully it will. It normally does. And we've got to keep the faith and not be damaged by setbacks, which can happen. You know, the first time we ever had a foal born, and those of you'll have had to have been watching an awful long time to remember this, was Poppy and Chester. Poppy and Chester were Poppy was a lovely mare, but she had an edema, a big fluid build-up in late pregnancy, and ultimately that's what she succumbed to. And in the end, she never got up after falling. The foal Chester never got his colostrum, and therefore, you know, that's a very fast. What's he doing? Where's he going? Something must be emergency, mustn't it? Is there something out? Yeah, I don't know. He's gone down there to rate or not. So yeah, Chester then got septicemia. The whole thing was a harrowing experience, and it put us off probably for 5 years. I would say it put us off for 5 years. We didn't want another foal. We didn't want another horse. It was incredibly upsetting, and it took us that long to get the confidence to have another go, and have another go we have had. And despite an odd setback, we've had many more positives than negatives, and we've very much enjoyed the experience, to the point where we've got 11 Shire horses now. I went to check in on Hercules yesterday. I took Blossom down to Bill Bedford's at York, where she was covered by Romeo, and hopefully that's been a successful mating. It certainly looked successful, and Blossom behaved impeccably, as did Romeo. It was very good. It couldn't have gone better. Emma says, I will never forget that. Neither will I, Emma. Jackie says, I absolutely remember Poppy and Chester. So very heartbreaking for those watching, let alone how heartbreaking it was for you. It was beyond tragic. It was something that those of us that were involved in will never forget. You know, it was also our first foray into broadcasting on Facebook, I think, and to have to deliver daily messages of despair was something that I'll never forget. Anyway, another thing we'll never forget is Panda Lamb, and look what she's done. Come on, missus, can we have a look? Good girl. She's got triplets. So Panda Lamb has given birth to 3 lambs. Come on, little one. Come on. Come on. Let's see you. Are you doing all right? She's a great sheep. Last year she had 3. This year she's had 3. And she's an absolute cracker. Aren't you, darling? And two's warble marked and 1 white one. So there's a real mixed bag. Tony says, don't remember that. Fiona says, morning from Stockton-on-Tees, God's country. And Linda says, I didn't know about your previous shires. That's so sad for you all. But look at you now. So wonderful. That's a nice thing to say. Excuse me. Ruth and I are both coughing a bit, but not so bad. Lorraine says, yes, I remember it. So sad. Well done, Panda, says Carol. And that's a big well done, because she is a great ewe. I just wish she'd have 2 and not put herself under so much pressure. But that rarely happens, does it? They rarely have exactly what you want. Hazel says, good morning, Farmer Rob and Farmer Dave and Farmer Ruth from Dumfries and Galloway, a fabulous part of the world. Leslie says, don't forget to treat the cut on Silver's leg. Thank you, Leslie. Ruth, On Silver's leg, one of her back legs, she's got a little bit of a cut. It's something to note, but maybe it just wants a bit of that salve stuff on or something. Thank you. Sue says, morning from West Sussex. Sorry I'm late. And Leanne says, well done, Panda. So 3 great lambs. Were you here at the birth, Ruth? Was Kate there? So was that night, not last night, the night before? Right. So they were born on Friday night. Kate was with them. So we'll have to find out from Kate whether she's got any footage and whether it was straightforward. So that's something to inquire about in due course. Janet says, I remember Poppy and Chester. Such a tragic time for the family. Tragic does not overstate the feeling at the time. It was truly awful. Sarah says, good healthy lambs for triplets, aren't they? Big lambs. Can you imagine carrying them 3 about, plus all the associated birth fluids? Panda must feel like she's got the weight of the world lifted off her shoulders. But well done, Flower. And Scott says, Wendy, Nottingham, Law, is he one of them scammers? Someone block him, please, if that's at all possible. Val says, great, well done, Panda Lamb. Oh, yeah, it's one of them. If there's any admins watching or anyone who can, report him, block him, exterminate him, please. Maureen says, morning, Rob and Dave and Ruth. Sorry I'm late. And Bob says, thank you, Rob, for mentioning Silver's cut to Ruth. No, it was someone else reminded me, though, Bob. I'm not going to take the credit for it. All I've done is passed on the message. Leah says, well done, Panda Lamb. And Joan says, good morning, Robert, and all at Cannon Hall Farm. Ria says, well done, Panda Lamb. 3,300 people watching. And we're continued to be blessed by big, strong lambs that keep arriving. Now, that's not as big and strong, but it's all right. There's nothing wrong with that, is there, Flower? And it's another triplet, and that's why they're small. So let's have a look at these. Come on, beautiful. Come on. Let's see you. Come on. There we are. And then there's another one here, look. Come on, beautiful. Come on. So, 2 little white ones and a little black one. Kerry Hill Cross Dutch. Super cute, very viable. Nothing wrong with them. Jan says, will she be able to feed all 3? For a while, but not in the long term. Then the answer is, Rob, was Lottie Poppy's fault? Exactly that. Well done, well remembered. And obviously Lottie's life, was not problem free either. So they were, when we bought Poppy and Lottie, we weren't blessed with the best of starts there. But these things happen, and we've gone on since then to do very well lots of times with lots of different horses. Linda says, beautiful new life everywhere just now at Cannon Hall Farm. And Bob Copsey, Rob, how is Farmer Roger, please? He's all right, thank you. And Christine, Farmer Rob just mentioned it to Farmer Ruth. What happened to the ewe that was fed up yesterday, been thinking about her all night? She's in here, isn't she, Ruth?
Yes.
Where's the... Yeah, so the fed up ewe is in here. So where are you, Flower? Steady, steady, steady. So I will go around them and I will stand them up. Because it's important that we see if there's anything that's not thriving. Now, I don't know where David went, but he's not been back. Morning, Emma. Emma's here to look after the gerbils and nocturnal things. She's got a big bag full of milk, hasn't she? She's ready to go. Oh, she's here in a pen. She's here in a pen. So she's all right. She's not perfect, but she's all right. Yeah, so we're early. She's responsive, look. She's not just normal, but she knows I'm there. And she's getting her medication, and I think she'll be alright. Don't see why she won't. So David's back.
Thought there was a sheep that went very well when he was driving into work, so I'm just going over to have a look.
Was it alright?
Everything's fine, except one of the lambs in the field is looking a bit nipped, so we might want to bring that in later on.
Right. If it looks nipped, it needs to come in.
Yeah.
I thought you were a first responder then.
Well, I thought we were fine.
I've never seen anything like it. So do we need, which field is it?
12 egg.
Right, so we could walk it in then.
We could. Or we could get some...
Or we can't drive in field, can we?
We're driving through with that new little trailer.
Alright.
We'll have to do it later. We'll go around from the road because it's at that end. Because it's still quite wet at bottom.
Right.
So, but we'll get it when we've got Ed at farm. Because it's with its mum, so... I know.
I wonder if we ought to go and feed it.
We can get some pellets and get the mum.
No, I mean feed the lamb though, if it's short of milk. How poorly does it look?
It's walking around, it's walking with its mum. So,
Karen says she did our mammal house experience and she was fabulous. That's Emma. Tracy says, how's the Dutch spotter that was really fed up yesterday? We can have a look at that. And Sue says, sent 100 stars, thank you. Sue says, well done Panda Lamb on successfully producing another set of beautiful triplets. So,
prolific, isn't she?
Very prolific. 3,400 people watching. So, what do we want to do? It's 8:07 now.
I've got to get...
I'm just wondering whether I get a load of sheep in then. Mind you...
The truck's down at the bottom at the moment. Do you want to lift down for it?
Is it? Where? It was there, wasn't it?
I know, I drove down for the buggy.
Oh, right.
I'll take you down if you want.
It don't matter. I'll walk down, Dave. I'll make my way down the yard as we go. Right.
Is there any of these that are a long way up?
I don't think so. Right, we'll have a quick look at that Dutch spotter that was fed up yesterday and see if she's still fed up today. And then we'll have a wander down the farmyard and check in some of the other animals. It all feels fairly quiet up here. Ruth's got her hands full just feeding everything at the moment. And, right, here we go. And then we'll have when we finish the broadcast, we'll have a crack at getting some more sheep and lambs outside. And facilitating the path to getting Ruby up. Right, we're looking for a fed up ewe. Come on, you don't look particularly fed up, do you? She's alright, she's not fed up. Come on, you're not fed up, are you? You're not fed up. So it's looking promising so far, there's nothing fed up. Could you be fed up? No, not fed up. So they look alright, don't they then? They look in better spirits. I would say there's nothing there looks remotely dejected. There's one here sounds a bit hungry. And the reason it's hungry is because she's got 3 to feed. You look a bit fed up, don't you? Come on, let's have a look at you. Come on. Come on. She's not getting up. So that's not 100% positive. Come on. Come on, lass. Come on. Come on. Come on. No. I would say that's a bit of a worry. And she's scoured a bit, that one. Scour means she's had diarrhea. Let's have a look at the lambs. Come on. So she's going to need some Metacam if nothing else. Just to make her feel better so that she'll want to feed her lambs. And the lambs are maybe going to want some support. Bit nipped, aren't they? stretching, but a bit nipped. Come on, lass, come on. I'm gonna have to get her up. Come on, Bella, come on. Let's put the front legs out in front of it. She needs to feed these lambs. I'll get her some anti-inflammatories and pain relief, but she's not wanting to, is she? That's more than a slight concern, that. So right, we've got a situation here. We've got 2 lambs that are hungry. We've got a mum that won't stand up. We've got some triplets there that are hungry. We need to get these fed, and we need to get some antibiotics and pain relief into her. So that's been well worth the walk round. So that's quite urgent. That. So I'm going to get. The problem we've got is Ruth's got her hands full feeding everything. So I'm going to get it myself. So just bear with me, folks. I do apologise. This won't be the most scenic of little interludes, but if you just bear with me, we'll get some medication together to help her on her way. So please bear with me. Let's find the appropriate therapies and remedies. So right. Let's have a look. I don't know what I'm looking for. We need anti-inflammatories to make her feel better. Then we need an antibiotic to fight whatever is doing her down. So put my glasses on, make sure we get the right stuff. Okay. Give it a shake. And in some ways this is the most important thing of the lot, because she needs to feel better to feed those lambs. We're going to have to take over with the lambs, because it's so important that they keep getting the nutrition they need, and then we need to find a way of making her feel better so she wants to stand up and feed them. Right, so that's one. And then Ruth, does that Bimoxil, is that what we'd normally give something that's off colour? Is it as good as anything? Right. How many mil for you, please? It's a Dutch, it's a decent size. 10 mil, right. The one with twins, have you seen her? Has she had anything? Right, well, she won't stand up. She's not happy. Well, she ain't got a board or anything, so I'd suspect not. Right, so I've got my injections. You come with me. Let's go and hopefully work our magic with them, because something needs to. They're not in great order. Silver's shouting she wants a breakfast. We're a little bit under pressure up here, aren't we? I never want to on a Sunday, but I might have to not be on too long today because I think Ruth needs a hand, and there are things that need attending to. Right. So this one's under the skin. So we'll just do it super gently. Hopefully she won't feel a thing. 'Cause it's really important that we, you know, we don't set her back by making her feel worse to feel better. You know, we just need to pop that under the skin and then really rub it in and make sure that, you know, within half an hour that'll be having an effect, a positive effect. That really does work. It's something that if we've learnt anything over the last few years, and it's the equivalent of us having a paracetamol, you know, or something that just gives us basic pain relief. And you know, if you've got toothache and you can take something that it soon takes the pain away, and it soon leaves you feeling an awful lot better. So I'm going to give that in 2 separate sites. Again, really rub it in. I'm going to draw another 5mm off for the other side now. So just bear with me, and then we'll get some milk to feed the lambs. You know, there's nothing worse than that cry of a lamb. You know, when you know it's hungry and needs feeding. It cuts right through you, doesn't it? That plaintive cry of, can I have something to eat, please? So there we go, really rub that, take away any pain, make sure there's only benefit to be had. Right, so let's go and get some milk for these little mites now, and then we can start thinking about making some progress. So we've treated Mum. Further efforts to try and make her stand up at the moment would be counterproductive because she doesn't want to. And if she doesn't want to, then she doesn't feel like it. And if she doesn't feel like it, we need to find a way of making her feel like it, because she will have a strong maternal desire to feed those lambs. And if she really hasn't got it at the moment, that's because she's feeling a bit rotten, which is an awful way to feel. Right, so that is empty. I'll discard them. Just bear with me. Right, we just need to feed some lambs, Ruth. Is that milk of a reasonable temperature? There's 5 here to tube. Do you want to just them 5 Dutch?
Them 3 have been done.
Have they?
Yeah.
All right.
I knew about that other ewe.
Right.
To prioritise these.
Oh no, you can't be everywhere. There's just these 2 could do with a drop then, Ruth, I think. I've got a tube. So Ruth's going to bring some milk. We'll get them fed. And hopefully then we can leave the drugs to work the magic. And they're both things that if they're going to work, they'll work fairly quickly. So those have already had extra feed. Let me turn this around. Those triplets have already had extra feed. Ruth's already done them. She just won't stand up and she's scouring. So there could be something around that's an issue. And these 2, I don't think they'll have fed for a while because I don't think she'll have been up for a while. So Ruth's going to pop that tube in. I'll pour. And it's just a case of getting these back on an even keel. And hopefully getting Mum stood up and feeding them. I would imagine that'll flow down into its tummy fairly rapidly. And we'll give it another. Yeah, that's all gone already. What do you think? 2 and then do them again in a...
I'll do them when I do triplet.
Yeah, do them again in a little while.
I'll put them on maybe rotation round. A rotation in my head. What I'm doing.
There we go. So that's that one put into a better place. There's some scour down there, Ruth.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah, try not to roll in it.
Found it.
Oh, wait. To resist. Right.
Everybody wants to know that one.
Yeah. Matt says, morning, Ruth. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Are you feeling better, Ruth?
I feel a bit brighter.
Yeah.
Chest still hurts like, but it's not going to clear in a day, is it?
No. No, I've had a couple this winter, and they sit there for a while, don't they, unfortunately?
Feels like your ribs are breaking every time you cough. There's a couple of people had it though, so just trying to keep away from your dad.
Gail says, hope Mummy's okay, and so do we. So do we need to... Suppose we need to try with a drink, don't we? If she's not standing up.
Got scours as well.
Yeah, so maybe we need to give her some electrolytes, perhaps, if once you get to a straight edge. So we're now going to see if she'll have a little drink.
No?
I mean, she doesn't look shocking, does she?
No, I'll give her some warm electrolytes in a
Yeah.
bit. No, you can't have that. Oh, you can.
So that, in some ways, like, that's probably good that she didn't... you want me to hold them, though, to see if she will stand up, if you just...
Come on. Good girl.
Well, she's up. That's better. And the danger, I suppose, now is that she flops down on top of them, but... I think she more just didn't want to stand up than couldn't.
She's not... I think she's got belly at the front.
Well, she's had 2 millimeter and she's had that other stuff. And she has got scour, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So it might just be that she's just got the SH1Ts, yeah.
She's got the trots.
Yeah. Is that acceptable, SH1Ts? Oh, wait.
That's why
I hope I haven't said something I shouldn't have.
That's why I said trots.
Oh, did you? Oh, wait. So with 3,800 people watching us treat this ewe.
Who do we?
And yeah, you see, to stand her up, to have a wee, is something she needs to do, isn't it? So it's interesting, Ruth, those lambs haven't necessarily gone straight to feed, isn't it? Because that feeling of fullness wouldn't have hit them yet. I'm surprised they haven't gone to try and feed off her. Maybe she has been feeding them, but they were crying out, weren't they, for food, so...
Yeah, she's numb on that side, so she's obviously been...
Yeah. Has she got any milk, Ruth?
A bit, yeah.
But not loads. Julie says, what is scour? It's trots or SH1 something something. Philip says, check the Dutch ewe's bag, question mark. Mastitis.
No mastitis.
No mastitis, Philip, we just had a feel. But she's certainly off. There's something around a digestive situation. She might have just overdone it yesterday and feeling rough.
I think it was that birth was that me and Dave did these. So,
Yeah. Ruth says it's a 100-day cough. It sounds like we're in now. So that's having a feed now. So the penny's dropped, even though it's just had 2 tubes, which it needs because she's not got milk in abundance. Jennifer says diarrhea. That's a much better way of putting it. Nancy says diarrhea. Christine says no doubt she has. It's a recurring thing with Farmer Ruth. Harriet says diarrhea. And she's got the runs, Rob, says Joanne. That's a much better way than SH something. That's how we say the trots too, says Sally. And Mag sent 200 stars and said, good morning all. So anyway, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? She's able to stand, and both lambs are having a feed. And both lambs have had extra feed anyway because she isn't giving much milk. Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
So John Williams says, Oh, don't say it's another of them things. Oh, God. More scammers, please block. Gail says, yes, my 100-day cough, that's what my oncologist says. And John says, oh, no, it's another one of those. And Carol says, I have a nasty cough. Philip says, check her temperature, look like she's blowing 10 mil of alumycin, LA. I'll give you a ring, Philip, as soon as we've done. So, but she is scouring significantly. Scouring is diarrhea. Pam says, in Australia, it's the OX. And Christine says, I know how you feel, Ruth, I have the same thing. And Rita says she has the runs. I think the runs is entirely acceptable. So she's still up, they're still feeding. We've given her what we think are the best therapies and remedies, and I'm very hopeful and pretty confident that she'll be feeling a lot better soon. The good thing is that she hasn't got mastitis. Mastitis would have been a hammer blow for the future of those lambs in terms of being reared by mum. You know, the one overriding symptom that she's got there is abdominal pain by the look of it, and diarrhea, scour, runs, whatever you want to call it. She's got them. Victoria says, thank you for a grand live. Lovely to see Silver being taken up to her birthing suite and seeing all the lambs doing well. Thank you. The scammer has changed the name to John Williams now. Go away, John Williams, of which you will not be. A bit loose, says Will. And Patricia said, my friend has just had the 100-day cough and it's really horrible. So, and Linda says, 100-day cough seems to be everywhere. It's a nuisance. Absolutely is. Right, so Ruth's already fed them triplets. We've just fed them. They're feeding off mum. Mum's up. She's been given anti-inflammatories and pain relief and an antibiotic. So we're hopeful that that is going to do the trick and take her forward to a successful recovery. That's what we want more than anything in the whole wide world. So there's the horse box there. That horse box needs dropping off. There's a mountain of jobs in front of us, aren't there? And we need to get some sheep and lambs out, but it'll be fine. We'll have a quick look round these and make sure there's nothing in here that's going in the wrong direction, because it's a tricksy one, isn't it? Right, let's hope for some positive sights and some good news. Come on then, little one, come on, can we see you? Nothing wrong with them too. Mum looks fantastic. Lambs look really well. 2 good lambs there. Got to be happy with them. Go on, stand up. I've not seen Trevor this morning. He's had nothing to say about Lincoln City. All right, Trevor. I'm not sure you're going to beat us after all. Is Trevor there? We're just checking in on Trevor. Is he okay? Lincoln suffered a late defeat yesterday. Those of you who watch regularly will know that Trevor is a very keen Lincoln City supporter. I'm a very keen Barnsley supporter. And whilst Barnsley didn't play terribly well yesterday, they managed to get a point which should see them through to the playoffs and a possible trip to Wembley Stadium, which is always exciting. Never as exciting when you lose as when you win. But you dare to dream. It's like breeding heavy horses. You live in hope, and come on, little one. 3 good lambs there. Nothing wrong with them. Beauties. Really grand. And doing the high hurdles here. And another set of triplets. My goodness me. So these are well worth checking in on, because these will need extra feed. And if any of those pedigree Dutch are to have singles, we need to be to have our wits about us to adopt them on. So 3 more good lambs there. Nothing wrong with them. So has anyone heard from Trevor? Trevor messaged earlier, Rob, says Sue. Thank goodness for that. Trevor, I hope you're feeling okay. I know how you're feeling. We've been there many times ourselves. Sally sent 20 stars. Thank you, Sally. And Dawn says, made me giggle. So, 2 good blue Texel lambs there. A girl with twins here. We'll stand those up from the other side. Are they pedigreed up spotted, says Charlotte? They absolutely are. Hold this pen out. And we'll just stand them all up. Make sure that they're all in good order. Come on, Flower, let's have a look at you. Then if needs be, we can give them an extra feed. If it's required, 2 more good lambs there. This is a pen that will gladden the heart and soul, isn't it? She's a former pet lamb, one that Kate reared. And she's had these 2 girls. Come on, let's have a look at you. Come on, you're not going down there. That way. Go on. Yeah, she's doing them well. Josephine says, don't forget to share, everyone. Don't forget Cambridge United in this household, said Pippa. Not sure if we don't. Do we play that? It's Northampton we've still to play, I think. And Ethne says, thanks for a lovely live today. No problem at all. And I was going to say, yeah, don't forget to watch tomorrow night. It's probably our biggest deal ever. You know, this is the one that really needs to rate. For us to carry on, this needs to succeed. And carry on, we would love to do. We would love to go forward with a weekly summer programme. Could we get a clamour might be too strong a word. Could we get a requirement, a demand, a need for a weekly summer programme going? You know, in the comments post show, you know, we would love to do that. We would love to do a programme every week, you know, from say give us the summer to film it, and then it could go out in the late summer, early autumn, couldn't it? And it could be about country shows, it could be about our animals competing against you know, we'd love to go. In fact, we are going to the Royal Highland Show, to the Great Yorkshire Show. We'd love to go to the Royal Welsh Show. We'd love to go to all those 3 big beasts of the jungle and see how our animals compare. And there's a load of things that we'd love to do and love to have a try at, and that would be something we would put our heart and soul into if there was a commission for it. But you never know. If this does well, then you've always a fighting chance. So 8 o'clock tomorrow, Channel 5. Thank you to everyone who's become a supporter in the last month. We're at record numbers again, which again gives us the chance to branch out and do more and be bolder and you know, it's not a cheap job to go to places like the Royal Highland and the Yorkshire and the Royal Welsh and to do things like that without the backing of a TV programme funded just by social media is a bold step, but it's one we're prepared to take. And what a beautiful horse you are, aren't you? She looks really well. I'm so pleased with how she looks. You know, I think that she looks exactly as I would want her to look at this point in her life. As soon as I finish, I'm going to tie this broadcast up in a short while. Then I'm going to go and get the trailer on. I'm going to get some more sheep and lambs out and see if we can get Ruby up here as well. You know, David can muck the pens out in due course. Get them done next week. But if we get them up here, although she doesn't seem unhappy, does she? She seems very chilled, very pleased to be here, not calling out for the others. I think she knows, doesn't she? Dawn says, we saw them earlier in the broadcast. Lovely triplets. That must be Panda Lambs. So 3,400 people watching, 3,274 stars. Sally says, can't wait. So looking forward to watching, and so am I. Ruth having a peek at Silver there, peekaboo. Kay says, thanks, Farmer Robert. Abby says, oh, lovely. Maureen says, thank you, Rob, for an excellent broadcast this morning. I've enjoyed it. But I think the time has come to get the trailer on and to lend a hand. So I'm sorry we're cutting things slightly shorter than I ideally would do this morning. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for your encouragement. Commiserations to Trevor, who unfortunately Lincoln lost yesterday. We're not home and hose because Blackpool could still catch us. So I think it's us or Blackpool for the last place. I would think we're not in terribly good form. I'm not very hopeful that Barnsley are going to make it to Wembley, and certainly not win at Wembley, but you never know. So we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Please tune in if you possibly can. 7:30, and we'll catch up on that Hopefully the remedies that we've given her, and we'll continue to do so, will do the trick. We'll hopefully get her back to full fitness. Hopefully get her back to her absolute best. So thank you so much for watching. See you again tomorrow at 7:30. Keep your notifications turned on because we will be back at you earlier than that if there's anything significant happens. So from Farmer Rob at Cannonall Farm, about to get stuck in and do some work. Have a fantastic day. Hopefully see some of you down here at some stage. The weather is set fair. We've had a really good holidays despite the weather, and we look forward to finishing them with a bang today. So from Farmer Rob, Cannonall Farm, have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.